I think society changes over the years. I think that we're much more aware that there is problems with post-traumatic stress. I think Vietnam has helped that because we had so many Vietnam veterans who had post-traumatic stress, and we never dealt with that problem.
The inspiration for this film came from Sheila Evans, the head of the documentary unit at HBO. HBO has been spending almost the better part of the last decade making films about our fighting men and women and the sacrifices that they're making for the country.
My son couldn't escape the horrors of serving 2 tours in Iraq. My son killed himself due to post-traumatic stress disorder, and I've been trying to get the word out that that is no different than losing a leg or something. It's just an invisible wound that needs to be treated, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. So when I had this offer to do with HBO, I jumped right on it.
It's amazing. We're finally getting Noah's story out.
Noah's name will always live on.
You know, we are only as good as the product that we produce and the people who come to work for us. I think what Sheila and her team has done is to create something which will not only do well for the network, but will do good for our society. And what we really hope will happen is that it will find an audience out there way beyond the HBO audience, and it will help people and show them that they are not alone. And that's really, I think, at the end of the day, one of the great contributions of this film.
The 3 letters HBO have a very wide and deep reach, and so they'll get to an audience that we normally can't get to. So I really appreciate the fact that they've made this. I know it's a very, very tough movie, and rightfully so, because I think it's got to draw attention to this very, very difficult issue and all the people it affects, and also that it can be addressed and fixed in ways that are very meaningful, so that you can move on with your life, and that's really key.
I've been working stigma reduction really hard since 2007, and we've moved it to the point where 90% of the people wouldn't get treatment because they were concerned with their careers, to now only 50%. That's still, in an army of 1.1 million, that's 500,000 people. So it's really hard. And one of the things we think comprehensive soldier fitness will do for us is people will come to think of their mental preparations just like they think about their physical preparations, and it'll become part of being a soldier.
What are some of the physical manifestations?
Well, the hallmark symptoms are the agitation and being keyed up and on edge. You know, what we call hyperarousal, where you're, you know, as soldiers say, I'm just jacked up, I'm ready for a fight.
This documentary makes so powerfully clear the mental health issues that are affecting our troops and their families are not a new phenomenon. How do you think that we are doing, both as a military and as a nation, in addressing these mental health issues affecting our troops and their families? General Chiarelli.
Do we need to do more? Yes. I can tell you that the Army and the rest of the Department of Defense is committed to finding ways to help.
It doesn't matter if you have 4 stars or no stripes, man or woman, you have this problem. You don't know when it's going to manifest itself, but it will. Now the problem is, how do we get the stigma down? And I believe that's the biggest obstacle. And it will start going away when all the 3 stars and 4 stars with CIBs and silver stars and their tough sergeant majors tell someone they're not available on Wednesday because they're going for psychological conditioning. All of them. Nobody's exempt. It's not the person with the problem, it's us.
I do want to stress the point that we do have a hotline that is open to active duty, reserve, guard, veterans, family members. That's 1-800-273-TALK. And that's not just for someone who's suicidal. That's for someone who's having problems with a family crisis, someone who's going through a difficult time at work. We want to be there for family members and our service members and our veterans at any time when they're stressed. And so I want to second everything I was hearing of look for the symptoms, get involved, and tell the person you think they need help when you see anything that looks strange.
All these stories kind of resonated. And I, at one time, was a fighter pilot, top 1%, flew air shows, living the dream, and best of the best. But 7 months ago, I had ruined every relationship I had. I was too shy and scared to go out. I couldn't hardly talk to anyone. I have a TBI also, so I have a brain problem, and it was embarrassing me. I left a hospital in Fallujah. I did everything to run from the medical community because I wanted to go back to Afghanistan. I was more comfortable there. Walmart still petrifies me. Afghanistan was comfortable. I would go back now if they'd let me. And then one day, when I thought there was just no hope, I picked up the phone and called this Wounded Warrior program that was on the Air Force DOD webpage, and then an angel descended. Because I had nobody. I'm a single guy. And it saved me. So you people are heroes of this country. And I really feel so much better now. This movie, it's hard, but this is the way. This is a start.
You know, I think everyone in this room has had a very deeply personal reaction to this documentary. And I have to say that the segment that touched me personally the most was, Mr. Camden, your drawings of those troops with dismembered bodies on the battlefield that you saw. And really touched me because I am one of those troops with the blown off body parts. And I saw hope because, you see, I survived. And I survived because the amazing men of my National Guard unit saved me, because Walter Reed saved me, because my Vietnam veteran peer visitors saved me. And I've been given everything that I needed to survive, but also to thrive, to have the amazing job that I do. And I can tell you that all of us at both DOD and VA want that. Not just me, all of us want nothing more than that for all of our troops. And that's what today is about. And I want you to walk out of this room today with hope, because we know that we can treat PTS. We know that together we can do better by each and every one of our warriors. Thank you.